LHSAA Network Game of the Week. The 3A Cougars of John F. Kennedy will battle the 5A Gators of Sanama. Welcome into the pit, one of the toughest home venues in Louisiana tonight. John F. Kennedy, 2-0 on the year, will battle the Sanama Gators, 0-1 last week. Their game against Cecilia canceled because of Hurricane Francine. Welcome in, everybody. Alongside former LSU Tiger Derry Beckwith, I'm Garrett Walver. Derry, both these teams coming off 10-win seasons. They bring back a lot of star power on both sides of the ball. This should be a very competitive matchup.
Absolutely. Both teams had a successful season last year. So for both of them, it's momentum. They want to come into this year, stay consistent, stay persistent, and make a deep run in the playoffs.
I'm excited to see these two teams match up against each other. Kennedy averaging 36 points a game earlier this year under quarterback Amant Derensburg, while Sanama's defense a year ago, one of the stoutest in 5A. They only gave up a touchdown or less to 5 opponents. Derry, what are the keys to tonight's matchup?
For John F. Kennedy, you're on a short week, you're playing away. Anytime you play away, you want to pose your will early. Be physical and set the tone. Also, fly around and play loose. Don't let the crowd noise affect you. And for Sanama, you want to stay balanced on both sides of the ball. Historically, for Sanama's offense, they always ran the ball and passed the ball. On defense, get after the quarterback, mix up some zone blitzes, and also different coverages as well to affect the passing game for John F. Kennedy.
Kennedy looks to go 3-0, while Sanama's in search of their first win of 2024. The Cougars and Gators, a Thursday night showdown in Sanama. And we're ready to kick this one off. Of course, the John F. Kennedy Cougars down from the New Orleans area and Gentilly. And we kick off. We are underway. Sanama in the all-black with gold trim. Motor that up to about the 26-yard line. And the offense coming out for the Sanama Gators under Coach David Oliver. They had an early Week 1 matchup against Byrd, who came down from Shreveport, won the game 26-10, and then they lost their game last week. So probably not as far ahead as they'd like to be without all that experience.
Absolutely. But look, you take losses with a grain of salt. People a lot of times get defeated when you do lose games, but you can learn a lot from a loss. So I think they're going to correct their mistakes and come out and try to improve on what they didn't do the previous week.
Starting quarterback for the Gators, Cooper Babin in his junior season, 6 foot, 170 pounds. Handoff in the backfield. And they'll motor forward up to about the 30-yard line. In the Jamboree before Week 1, Sanama shut out Assumption 28-0, and the Mustangs won 9 games and were district champs a year ago. So that was a great win, but it doesn't go on their record. There you see Cooper Babin against Byrd in the opener, about a 50% completion percentage, over 200 yards, and a touchdown. 4 wide set for the Gators. They're led on the outside by Timothy Johnson, Connor Darr, the tight end, and Caven Taylor. Derry, unfortunately, they are without the junior wideout, Jermichael McMeehan. He is not in the ballgame tonight, on the sideline in crutches. Here's the throw by Babin. That one intended on the outside for Quentin Elliser, junior wideout.
And that time, John F. Kennedy had a bracket coverage on Quentin Elliser. They had a cornerback underneath and a safety over the top, so it's hard to get that football in there.
On the D-line for the Cougars, Dominic Ruth, 21, along with Grayson Powell and Kellen Hall. See if they can get a little penetration here. Ball on the 32-yard line, 6 to go here on 3rd down. Babin's got time to throw. Loads up, far sideline, and it's caught! Timothy Johnson Jr. is in the end zone. Touchdown, Sanama. The 5'11" senior got behind the coverage, Derry, and then he turned on the jets.
Absolutely. Great play call by the Sanama offense. I was looking at John F. Kennedy's defense. They only had 1 high safety. In my mind, I was thinking they had to take a deep shot. You only had 1 high safety. Sanama offensive coordinator saw that. They took a deep shot, and Timothy Babin did a great job to get downfield on the 9 route, catching the ball, and get to the end zone. And wonderful, accurate throw from Cooper Babin.
Extra point attempt coming on for Jace Fierro. Senior kicker, it's up and through. 7-0 Sanama, just like that.
Like we talked about earlier, stay balanced. They came out, first play ran the football, next 2 plays throw the football. So I think it's a balanced act. Right here, Cooper Babin looks out the safety, throws it deep. They only had the safety was down in the box. There's a great throw right there to Timothy Babin, gets in the end zone for a quick 6. Timothy Johnson, my apologies, for a quick 6.
Walter Peters, number 18 for JFK. Let him get behind him. And that's a great start for Sandoval. Again, this is a 5A program. They've got lots of guys on the roster, but you know, this is a talented Kennedy team coming in. I think this should be a pretty good matchup, but again, a great start for Sandoval here on a Thursday night. Well, if anything, it just got real serious for JFK.
It did. They have to respond quickly. Obviously, you want to take the air out of this home crowd. The pit is probably one of the toughest places to play in the state of Louisiana. It's a great atmosphere. So John F. Kennedy has to do a good job of responding.
Now we'll see Amant Darrensburg, the 6'1", 170-pound senior QB for Kennedy, will lead the offense out on the field. Fierro, who's 5'10", 207, will kick off for us from the 40. Beautiful field here, Derry. Earlier, before the sunset, I was down there, and it's just a perfect playing surface, but boy, it was hot. It is a steamy day here in South Louisiana. This one's fielded right around the 5-yard line. Moving about is Kingston Jones, and he is swallowed up. Great coverage on special teams for the Gators.
Garrett, when you were on the field earlier, could you feel like you'd go out there and give us a good first half?
No, man. These dudes, I got 20 years on these dudes. My legs are done. Here's Amant Darrensburg. Last game against Warren Easton, good numbers, 187 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was a junior last year and led them to 10 wins and a district championship. Very good season under Linares L. Page, the head coach, now in his 5th season. Looks like a 3-wide set for the Cougars on the 10-yard line. Man in the backfield. I think that one touched the turf before it got into the receiver's hands. Jonathan Strouder, the intended target.
Right now, quickly for Sandoval's defense, they're playing with 2 high safeties, so it's hard to get the deep ball.
Darrensburg at QB, Evans, Jones, and Strouder at wideout. Their kicker, Nahun Laline, also a wide receiver for them and a speedy talent at 16. 3 seniors on the offensive line starting for John F. Kennedy, headlined by Henry Frazier, 6'2", 285, the left tackle. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. Handoff in the backfield, and Sandoval doesn't give up much ground there, maybe a yard.
Like that by the Sandoval defense, engaging, getting off the block, and making a tackle.
Starters for Sandoval on the defensive line, Carpenter, Davis, and Hebert. There are a couple younger guys, 2 sophomores in Davis and Carpenter. Let's see how effective they can be. And then Gavin Hebert, the senior, 6 foot, over 200 pounds, off the end. MJ Dunn and Donald Schonberg, the safeties at the back end of the defense. In the backfield with Darrensburg is Omarion Brown, a 5'8" senior tailback who also plays some middle linebacker. The lefty, Darrensburg, down the far sideline. And that one's knocked away. Flags fly, though. Kingston Jones, the intended target, who's got speed to burn on the outside.
Well, Kingston Jones is incomplete, but we have flags on the play.
Pass interference on the defense, number 5. After a result of the penalty, will have first down.
In a situation like that, obviously it's 3rd and long. John F. Kennedy, this is better than a punt. Usually they're going to throw the ball up, get a completion, incompletion, or pass interference. And right there, the cornerback, Caleb Ricks, did not get his head around enough time. Pass interference, good call.
Caleb Ricks, of course, the younger brother of Eli Ricks. He is in his senior season. And a talented player for Sandoval, 6'2", 195 pounds, physical and fast. Our officials crew, John Brindell, the South Louisiana officials crew for tonight's matchup. .16 bottom of your screen is the kicker, Leyland. They'll hand off to Brown. Looking for the blocker to hold. He'll finish shy of the 30.
Jared Brown, Ronald Guidry, and Brody Meir all in on the play.
That was a great job by the safety, Brody Meir, for Sandoval. He actually made that play. He fielded the alley, bounced it outside, and Sandoval was able to make that play.
Now 2nd down and 8 from the 28. Darrensburg checks the sideline. Now he's got what he wants. Here's the snap. Some pressure. Sidearms across the middle. Overthrows the receiver. 3rd down and long coming up.
And Santa Maria defensively are playing with 2 high safeties. So anytime you play with 2 high safeties, the whole purpose is to keep everything in front of you and don't get beat deep. Come down, make the tackle. Great job that time with that Santa Maria defense.
Amant Darrensburg, a 2-sport star for JFK, also plays baseball. It's his 2nd year as a starter. Loves seeing left-handed quarterbacks. He's a veteran now. And as you would expect, also a pitcher for the baseball team down in New Orleans. You can move the chains here. It can give you a little confidence moving forward, but it's 3rd and 8. Trip wide receivers top of your screen. Darrensburg flushed out of the pocket. Here comes Abear. That one's put up in the air at the very last second. They won't be able to move the chains. Derry, a little dangerous to put that one instead of tucking.
Absolutely. As a quarterback, you don't want to throw the ball up like that. You want to throw it away. And for this offensive possession for John Kennedy, it's probably something they didn't want to start off with. Obviously, they got the pass interference call, but they didn't move the ball effectively on this first drive. Right here as a quarterback, store it away, get in the dirt. You don't want to throw the ball up like that because that could have been a disaster and a pick 6 the other way for Santa Maria's defense.
So Nahoon will kick for JFK. Could be pretty good field position for Santa Maria here.
Reed, Myers, and
Myers in the backfield.
Back deep for the Gators.
Fair catch. Myers has it 1 hop into his mitts, and the Gators, already leading 7-0, will come back out onto the field.
1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Tonight's first quarter gift certificate is being donated to Dr. Brian Hollis.
Santa Maria offense led by Cooper Babin, the son of the offensive coordinator for the Gators. Dar at tight end and running back. Quentin Elisar, Timothy Johnson Jr., who already has a touchdown in today's game. Taylor and Myers are your wideouts. Again, 3 seniors on the offensive line for the Gators. 2nd possession of the game, first play, and a run over the right end. Connor Dar takes it. Dar, 5'10", 165 pounds. He is in his senior season. And the John F. Kennedy defense, the 3 down linemen are Ruth, Powell, and Paul. Defensive backs to watch for Lyons, a talented corner, and so is Cameron Shields. Shields in his senior season. 3 wide set. Could be a passing play here on 2nd and 6. No, they'll hand off up the gut. Here goes Dar again. Up past the 40-yard line.
It's interesting to see John F. Kennedy's defense. They're only playing with 1 high safety. I don't think the threat of the deep ball for them is significant. Obviously, they got beat deep on the last series. But if I'm John F. Kennedy, I always switch some things up right here. Probably go 2 high safety. But for them to have 1 safety in middle field, Santa Maria offense can take advantage of that by throwing the ball down the field.
5 men on the defensive line. Coming in is Nathan Thomas, 51. Typically a line. Little pressure on Babin. Out of the backfield. Pass intended for Reed Myers.
Bring up 4th down for the Gators.
That time Santa Maria tried to get a shallow crosser across the middle of the field. Kennedy was in his own defense, kept everything in front of him. Incomplete pass. If we would have caught the ball, I think we got a tackle short of the 1st down anyway. Now it's back. This ball is back into this Kennedy's offense. See if they can get some things going, get some momentum offensively.
Fierro ready to kick. Safely gets this one away. It's got some good hang time to it. Should be returnable at the 15. Almost like he's playing chicken with him. Still on his feet. They drag him down by his jersey. That's James Evans, the wide receiver.
Terry Jacko on the punt, receiving the punt for the Cougars.
Evans, 5'10", 160 pounds, senior.
6-yard line.
You see the Kennedy sideline. 2-0 on the year with a win under Warren Easton under their belt.
James Evans tried to tap into his inner Devin Hester, but not quite.
I'll tell you what, man, when you and I were growing up, that was the guy. Devin Hester coming out of Miami, played for Chicago, got him to the Super Bowl. He was just like the human joystick. I mean, that dude left, right, you couldn't catch him.
He was amazing. People think it's all athletic ability, but it takes a lot of discipline to do what he did.
Pretty loud down there on the field, and terrible field position for Kennedy. Ball's going to be on the 6-yard line.
And as a coach, I'm telling Evans right there just to get the ball upfield. You don't want to lose yards in that play because now you put your offense in a bad position.
Yeah, if Derensburg's going to be, I mean, he's going to be starting in the end zone, even if he's under center right now after this penalty. 7:38 remaining in the first, a 7-0 game in favor of Sanama. Wow, little painted black by the JFK band, which has made the trip up from Gentilly. Derensburg powers forward for 5 hard-won yards. Kennedy and Sanama matched up last year, 20-14, and Sanama had a 7-game win streak in the regular season. They had a victory over eventual state champ Opelousas in that streak, 28-22. Their only loss in the regular season came to Dutchtown, and the Griffins made the semifinals last season. 2nd and 10, standing on the end zone, losing the feet in the backfield is Brown. So the little gain that Derensburg just got is given back.
And Sanama defensively is doing a good job of mixing up their coverages right here. They try to sweep off the edge. Again, Sanama is doing a good job of maintaining the edge, using that leverage, and making plays.
I see 3 down linemen for Sanama right now. What are we thinking here? 3rd and 6, and they're pinned deep.
Usually when we see 3 down linemen, you're going to drop 8, keep everything in front. You don't want to get beat deep. In a situation like 2 for Kennedy, they may want to throw the ball deep down the field again to see if they get a pass interference because it's just like a punt.
Whistles blow, and it's a timeout for John F. Kennedy.
And also, when you do see those 3 down linemen, it's so much the defense can do. Sometimes they can bring an extra guy to rush forward, but usually 3 down linemen, that means they're going to drop 8.
If you're talking to me, Ryan, I cannot hear you. For the first time ever, the LHSAA Network brings you a 1-hour football highlight show that covers the entire state of Louisiana, from Bossier to the Bayou. Friday night in the boot, we'll have it all. So make sure to watch each Friday night this fall starting at 11 p.m. Some great games in the state this week. Make sure and tune in on the app, 11 p.m. tomorrow night. Kennedy beats Scotlandville 37-20 in their home opener and then held off Warren Easton by double digits, 36-26. But they're backed up 3rd and long here, deep in their own territory. You got to be careful here, right? Because any kind of mistake, a turnover, and that's 6, and you're immediately down 2 scores.
And as a quarterback, you don't want to do anything stupid. You don't want to do anything to put your team in harm's way. So take care of the football. If I was offensive coordinator, I would do something simple. Quick little draw, punt the ball, and put your defense back on the field.
They've got 3 wide receivers at the top of the screen. Not a lot of help for the tailback. They're going to throw from their own end zone. Derensburg steps up in the pocket, takes off. Got a lead blocker. He's past the 20, the 30, still in play. He cuts it inside at the 50, the 30, the 10. Derensburg is gone. 95 yards to tie our game up.
Well,
that's a huge breakdown.
All else fails. Put the ball in the quarterback's hand. He made a good play.
Don't see any flags on the play.
Absolutely. When he broke the pocket, he was trying to look for the crosser. As you can see, 2 Sanama defenders did hit each other, so they kind of hindered them from making the play. They took bad angles, but Derensburg made a great play, great cut, and touchdown for this Kennedy offense.
Nahoon's kick is up and good. We're tied at 7 apiece. What an incredible play that they drew up. You had the 3 wide receivers that drew attention on the far side of the field, and Darrensburg just goes to the right, got a blocker, and hit the Jets.
Absolutely. But again, 2 Santa Maria defenders hit each other on these shallow crossing routes. But if I'm Santa Maria, this is bad angles. As a defensive coordinator, you cannot allow your quarterback to run for a 98-yard touchdown. I think that's something that's going to be corrected on the sideline. You can't wait till halftime for that because that's unacceptable. But again, great play by Amant Darrensburg.
So the Cougars inject themselves back into this game early with just over 6 minutes remaining. JFK's band makes the trip up as well. We talked with Linares Elpage, the head coach for the Cougars in the week. He said Kennedy kind of feels like the new kid on the block. Not everyone is hip to what they're doing at JFK. He wants to build the program into a regular contender. He wants to get on TV more often. They want to get to the Dome. But he said most importantly, he wants the parents to feel like I can send my kid to JFK. They're going to get a great education and become a better student athlete.
Listen, the city of New Orleans is never short of talent. So any school that you have, you guys are always going to get talent, always going to get players. And so they got a great thing going on right now in John F. Kennedy.
Fielded at the 3-yard line by Myers, and he is knocked back at the 20. Nice play on special teams by Amari Lewis, the junior. The Gator Marching Band.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
7-7 ball game between Santa Maria and John F. Kennedy here on a Thursday night. Pass by Babin, and a low tackle brings down the intended target for a minimal gain. LSR with the catch.
James Evans on the play for the Cougars. We have 2nd and 4 for the Cougars.
So from the right hash, ball on the 27-yard line. Kennedy just got a 95-yard touchdown run by their quarterback, Amani Darrensburg. Babin draws the defense in towards him and completes the catch to Connor Darr, but I think he ran into somebody on the Kennedy sideline.
I don't know if that was like a delayed screen or some type of screen they were trying to get going there, but John F. Kennedy's defense did a great job of limiting their play for the Santa Maria offense.
Ball on the 27-yard line, and the Gators need to get up to the 31. Bottom of your screen, Caven Taylor, the 6'2 junior. Could they target him to try and move the chains? Babin calls a receiver over. Could be pass interference on Kennedy's defensive back.
Pass interference, number 3 on the defense. After result of administration will be a first down.
That's on Kennedy Tyler, the senior.
Right here looks like they try to go back to Timothy Johnson. Again, a corner underneath, safety over the top. But that time, obviously, he got his hand on him, didn't get his head around. They're going to make that call every single time, Garrett.
It will be moved for you. Casey Porter
That ball intended for Timothy Johnson Jr. Johnson had a 68-yard touchdown score. Little sprint through the middle. Time to run for Connor Darr, and the senior moves the chains. Like he got skinny, Derry, and just snuck through the middle of the line.
Absolutely. The greatest asset for a running back is vision and patience. And that time he displayed that. Stayed patient, hit the hole, got upfield, and got a first down for the Santa Ma's offense. Anytime as an offense, too, when you can establish the run game, it opens up so many opportunities in the passing game. So let's see if Santa Ma can impose their will offensively by running the football on this drive.
Ball moved up to the 29-yard line now. 1st and 10. JFK back on defense. Babbitt towards the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Santa Ma! Reed Myers! Babbitt's been on target early.
Absolutely. If it's not broke, don't fix it. They go back to that same play that Timothy Johnson scored on. For whatever reason, John F. Kennedy is not giving safety help to the short side of the field. Santa Ma did a great job exposing it again. Touchdown, Santa Ma Gators.
2 passing touchdowns on the night now for Cooper Babbitt. Kick is up, and it is true. 14-7 Santa Ma. These two teams trading heavyweight punches.
Same exact play on the first series of this game. He looked at the safety, down over the top, great throw, great catch, another touchdown. Cooper Babbitt probably saying this quarterback thing is easy.
Yeah, right. Well, he had 2 targets if you look at that replay. Timothy Johnson was running in stride there too. Picked the right one, snuck inside the corner. That's got the fans moving and grooving here down at the pit. That was an awesome scene when they took the field. This giant inflatable gator head and just a mass of black and gold jerseys came out. It's a nice night here in Ascension Parish. Glad you're with us on the LHSAA network.
It's a wonderful place to play high school football. Obviously, in the past years, I had a cousin that went to East Ascension, so that rivalry is always amazing. So I had plenty of opportunities, had a lot of opportunities to come to the pit and watch the atmosphere. It's always a great night for high school football.
Gators will kick off here, and Kennedy has allowed scores on 2 drives for Santa Ma. Viero puts a boot into that one. It'll be fielded at the 3. Sprinting down the field for Kennedy is Jonathan Strouder. He's past the 50. One man to beat. Strouder, 95 yards to the house. 2 90-plus yard touchdowns for JFK, and they're an extra point from tying it. There's a flag on the play, but it's not back where he fielded the ball. It's right around the 30-yard line, Derry.
Yep. See what the penalty is.
No foul on the play. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Unbelievable showing on special teams for JFK.
Absolutely. I think every week, we talk about this every week as well. We all talk about offense, defense, but people forget about special teams. Anytime the ball does hit the ground, it does mess up the kickoff lanes on the kickoff team. They got out of their lanes, didn't play their assignment, and Kennedy took advantage of it and got a big touchdown on special teams.
Do you think maybe this is a factor of Santa Ma not getting a game in last week? Maybe if you'd gotten that game in against a tough team like Cecilia, you'd be a little more seasoned on special teams?
Absolutely, because I think special teams is those facets of the game that you have to take serious, because special teams win and lose ball games. Obviously, last year, LSU lost a bunch of games on special teams, so this is something that they have to clear up. They'll get better at it, and special teams is about attitude. It's just like rebounding in basketball. It's a 1-2. Special teams is the same thing. It's a 1-2. do. It's a hunger, it's a desire to go down there and make a play.
How about number 6 for Kennedy? Jonathan Strouder, the 5'8" senior, motors his way 95 yards for the touchdown. So Kennedy's special teams will come back out on the field, and we are tied at 14. 14 points per game is what Santa Monica gave up on defense a year ago, and we're still in the first quarter.
And again, for Santa Monica, if you limit the big plays, you probably have a bigger lead in this game. And for Jonathan Kennedy, obviously, they're probably excited. They want to play better, I'm assuming, offensively, and they want to play better defensively. But, hey, if you can get points any kind of way you can get them, it's always a good thing.
Both bands going full throttle right now at the pit. Exactly what you would expect for a primetime Thursday night football game.
It's almost like the band is in the press box with us.
Attention, Casey Porter. Casey Porter, please move your vehicle immediately. Casey Porter.
Kickoff underway.
Move your vehicle
This one
immediately.
towards the near hash. Picked up at the 13-yard line. Another run by Myers, and he'll be knocked back.
Near the 27-yard line for the Gators.
Let's tell you tonight's game brought to you by Coca-Cola, Real Magic. By MMR, building on a tradition of success. Ochsner and the Ochsner Andrews Sports Medicine Institute. And by Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture. So Santa Monica with a chance to answer. Offense quickly back on the field, and we saw him on the sideline with our handheld cam. Cooper Babin's feeling pretty good about the offense early on.
I would too, because Kennedy is not doing anything defensively. They still have one safety, so look for Santa Monica to take advantage of it again.
4 wide set. They've got a blocker. Timothy Johnson again. See where they mark the spot, but I'm impressed with Johnson, the 5'11" senior, already with a touchdown catch on the night. I think they're going to continue to target him.
On the play for the Cougars.
And it looks like they want to give him the ball with bubble screens, get him in space, and allow him to make plays.
Timothy Johnson, one of 27 seniors back from last year's district champion at Santa Monica. Gators won 10 games and were a top 5 seed. Here's Jaquan Gordon, the sophomore tailback, over the right side. Gordon goes about 5'6".
Jaquan Gordon.
It's a first down, brought to you by Farm Bureau. So Santa Monica quickly moving the ball up the field on 2 successive plays.
Construction Solutions.
Ball up to the 42 now. I think all those seniors that came back for Santa Monica, they're trying to wipe that taste out of their mouth. The second-round playoff loss to Mandeville, who was a 21 seed. But they had to go on the road for that one. Great catch in stride. Up to about the 48-yard line by the backfield mate, Jaquan Gordon.
Great catch right there by Gordon on a wheel route. Underthrown ball, great hands right there by Gordon. Like you said, they only got to the second round of last year. I think they're hungry to get past the second round. I think in general, teams in the Central Parish are hungry to make a run at the state championship.
Now 2nd and 4, ball on the 48. Gordon again, right side. He's running behind Sam Palacios and Austin Baxter, the junior and senior on the right side of the O-line. Not the biggest offensive line. Palacios 230, Baxter 250, but they're upperclassmen. Little under 3 minutes remaining here in our first quarter. And Braden Kling, the center in the middle of your shot. Looks like he's favoring that right leg right now. Player down for JFK on the other side of the field.
Tonight's first quarter is being sponsored by Southern Custom Builders. They're licensed in
Gotta hope that Kling, the senior, is all right.
No job is too large or too small.
That offense is really humming behind Babin.
Remodels and new construction throughout South Louisiana. Call Southern Custom Builders for your next construction project
Our LHSAA Network Game of the Week. Next week, Notre Dame and Catholic New Iberia coming to you live from Crowley, Thursday, September 26th at 7 p.m. Should be a fantastic matchup. You see all the crowd piled in here at the pit. Decades of winning for this program have built it up. They're the youngsters. Give them 7 or 8 years. They'll be in pads. They'll be out on this field.
My guy right there looks like he can play tonight right now. A good-looking kid. They can use all the help right now with him.
Well, Coach David Oliver has built a really successful program here at Santa Ma. I know a lot of people wanted to see that matchup against Airline in the quarterfinals last year, but Mandeville spoiled the party. But again, this is a talented team, and I think the offense could be even better than last year with the targets that they have for Babin. Handoff in the backfield. I believe that's Hickerson.
Attention, Casey Porter. Attention, Casey Porter.
Santa Ma on this drive is trying to establish a line of scrimmage, establish a run game. But anytime you see a team like this run the football, don't be surprised if sooner or later they're going to take another shot over the top of the John F. Kennedy defense.
Connor Darr with the run up the middle.
BMW, please move your vehicle now, or it will be moved for you.
Kennedy taking a look at the 4-wide set. Move up to the line on defense. 2nd and 7 from the 46. Babin over the middle. It's tipped, maybe almost intercepted by Kennedy's Calvin Sparrow, the senior linebacker. That's maybe the first dangerous pass we've seen tonight from Babin.
Absolutely. Good job by Sparrow dropping underneath, getting underneath that dig route. Great vision, got his head around. Perfect linebacker play in zone coverage.
Sparrow, 6'2", 217 pounds. He's a senior for the Cougars. Now Babin looking at a 3rd and 7. 5-wide set, man in motion. That's Darr. He's like the pressure release valve. This one's overthrown, intended for LSR, number 80. So 4th down coming up, could still be playable. We'll see what they decide to do. I think they'll bring the punt team on.
Good stop by that Kennedy defense. Obviously, looked like they got some things going, did some different things schematically, defensively. Obviously, giving up 2 long touchdowns like that, you want to change some things. So now they put their offense back on the field.
James Evans back deep to receive for Kennedy. I don't know if you want to put the ball in his hands. He's one of their touchdown leaders on the year. Fierro gets into this one. That one's got a nose for the end zone, and they'll bring it out to the 20. Kingston Jones, the standout wide receiver for John F. Kennedy, one of those guys that has helped them to a 2-0 start.
Yes, he's committed to Louisiana Tech. Obviously has other offers from Arkansas and Marshall. His junior year, he was a 100-meter champion, 10.6'8" in 100 meters. Look, let me tell you something. A 10.68 is not slow. I probably couldn't run that if you gave me jets behind my butt. But outstanding wide receiver, great length, great hands. He can go up and get the football. Outstanding young prospect.
Jones has also played on defense in the past. He trots out on the field, receiver at the bottom of your screen. So a defensive stop for Kennedy, and now the Cougars back out, ball on the 20. With a little under 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Omarion Brown runs towards the left side. Tough sledding there. Runs into that defensive line of Carpenter and Hebert for Santa Ma.
And after seeing Dansburg take that play 100 yards, if I'm JFK, I'm probably getting the ball in his hands a little bit more, doing some quarterback options, quarterback powers, more RPOs to give him a decision to either run or throw the football.
This is just the 2nd year that Dansburg has been the starting quarterback. As a sophomore, he played free safety. They have found his true calling, of course. Leading the offense for the Cougars and Coach L. Page.
See if they attack the middle of the field, the Santa Ma defense.
Defensive line gets a little pressure in the backfield. A flag flies near the sideline. Anthony Salzarulo, a senior,
on the play for the Gators.
made the tackle. Not sure if he drew the flag.
Personal foul, face masking on the defense. The administration of penalty would be a first down.
So a first down coming for Kennedy.
Right, they did a great job of getting penetration and bounces to the outside. It was close, Gary. It was close. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased.
You're a former defender.
I'm a former defender, a little bit biased, but obviously, as a defender, you always want to be taught to bring your hands from your hips on up, and at that time, you don't want to grab. You want to make contact with your shoulder pads first to eliminate you getting a face mask.
Offensive line for the Cougars comes set. 1st and 10 at the 36. Sandoval with 3 down linemen, looking to bring some pressure against Amani Darrensburg. Right up the middle, and that one's deflected. Huge play up through the middle. Jacoby Davis.
Good job by Jacoby Davis, getting penetration, getting his hands up, and getting a deflection.
Darrensburg's eyes just got wide as Davis, the 6'3", 245-pound sophomore, just blew the lineup and got through.
He's in 10th grade. Let me tell you something. Anytime you run number 26 or anything like that playing D lineman, you're serious.
Darrensburg in the middle of your screen on the incomplete pass, looking at 2nd and 10. There goes Davis again. Little screen, they get it over the line, but for a short gain, maybe a loss of 1. Good pressure by Salzarulo.
Anthony Salzarulo on the play.
Looks like trying to get a screen out that time. Great job by the Sandoval defense by stiffening it out.
Salzarulo made the tackle right after he made the catch. So now 3rd and long for Kennedy, trying to get the ball up to the 46. Darrensburg has a couple of talented players to throw the ball to, including James Evans, who was returning kicks. He's a Central Arkansas commit and a 3-year starter. It's the end of the first quarter. We're tied up at 14. It's the end of the first quarter. We're tied up at 14 apiece. More from the second quarter when we return.
The head lineman is Christopher Bazil. The line.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
The LHSAA Network Game of the Week between Sandoval and John F. Kennedy, tied up at 14 apiece in the start of the second quarter, and a big play coming up for the Cougars as we flip the field. 3rd and 10 for Amani Darrensburg. I guess what you're looking for here with just 3 down linemen, let the offensive line give you a little time to throw and try and find an opening, try and find a window to move the chains here with one of your talented wide receivers.
Absolutely, and if I'm Sandoval, even with the 3 down lineman, I may bring an extra rusher to maybe get Darrensburg outside the pocket. He's not too good outside the pocket throwing on the run, so let's see what the Sandoval defense does on this play.
Linebacker in the middle of your screen, 49, Evan Williams. We'll see if he is a delayed stunt. Darrensburg steps up in the pocket, evades Williams. Flag flies, he's across midfield, and he is at full speed. Past the 30, he'll head to the sidelines. He may have seen the flag thrown and maybe knows it could be a hold in the backfield.
Down to the 30-yard line of the Gators. We have a flag on the play.
Holding on the offense, number 64 will replay 3rd down.
Henry Frazier called for the hold, but Boy, it is fun to watch Darrensburg when he gets up to full stride.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like they put James Evans, the receiver at quarterback, that time like a Wildcat. So good mix-up by this defense. Sandoval did have a spy in the middle of the field to keep that from happening. But obviously James Evans with the athletic ability to get free, but it's called back with the holding call.
Good catch there. Evans actually threw the first touchdown pass against Warren Easton on that game's first play. So a little trickeration. Nice to have options like that. There's Linares L. Page, the head coach. L. Page was an All-American for Tulane in the beginning of the 2000s. And when he was at Carver High in New Orleans, he was an all-state quarterback and special teams phenom. Got some playing time in the NFL and the Arena League. He has had a wonderful football career, and I know he is happy to be the head guy at Kennedy, ready to build that program up. Darrensburg can't find an open receiver, evades one tackle in the backfield, flag on the play. He's brought down at the 35. Great effort on the pursuit there by Evan Williams. He was not going to let Darrensburg get vertical.
James Evans on the keeper around
Looks
the
like
right
another
side.
holding play. Anytime you get a quarterback that's scrambling, the offensive lineman can't see them. And so a lot of times they down the field and it looks like another holding play.
Holding
Time.
on the offense, number 72.
Jaquan Gordon
Penalties decline.
Fourth down.
Fourth down.
So 4th and 20, ball currently spotted on the 26.
flag on the play.
Where again, they got James Evans at quarterback, trying to mix things up, see if they can get something going offensively. Broke the pocket, holding call. Got to punt the ball and get this ball back into the Santa Mo's offense.
Kylie Green, the junior tackle, had somebody laid out and was laying on top of it. Called for the hold. So Nayoon, number 16, the kicker.